Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Sequoia Project podcast, the podcast dedicated to talk about the ins, outs, ups, and downs of business. My name is Coby, and I'm joined here by my co-host, Dale. Say hi, Dale.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 34.
Yeah, 34 weeks of us talking to each other every Monday.
Yeah, which is like your dream back in the day.
Yeah, I
You
know.
asked me, like 2 years ago, can we do a podcast? I just want to talk to you as much as I can.
I just
And
want to
now,
talk to you.
yeah, and now you're sick of me.
Just
'cause you
so I
have
can
to talk to
con
me
you
every
into
Monday.
buying Black Ops 7.
Oh, we're not going down that fucking rabbit hole again. We're not doing that again.
Yeah,
Anyway,
instead, we're going to be talking about times that it clicked in our business.
nice. Yeah, so we're basically we wanted to, we talk a lot about things that people aren't doing or things that they don't know they have to do and things like that. And we also are very aware that there's times where you just do a ton of work and it just feels like you're getting nowhere. So for the people that have listened to this podcast or are even just doing this fresh and hearing this, we just want to let you know that there are those moments where you just kind of go, oh, that's what it was all
Yeah.
for. And like, it just clicks. And then, you have the skill or you have the network or you make you get the client, whatever it is.
Yeah.
They are coming and the hard work is worth it. So we should talk about different times in our career, and it's happened way more than once for me. Probably the same for Cobes. And we're
It's
just going to
never
highlight a
happened for
couple of
me.
them.
I hate
It's
this.
never happened. Nothing clicks.
Nothing clicks. I'm fucking over it. I'm so slow at learning.
Yeah, so we're just going to highlight a few of them there. So if you're in the hard work phase and you go, nothing's working, we'll tell you that it's coming. It's well due.
Yeah.
So did you want to kick off, bro, or do you want me to kick off?
I can kick off with my lack of preparation. But I think one of the biggest times that was clicked for me, which was a financial goal, was when I was able to actually look at the bank account of the business and see like $10,000 just chilling there for the very first time. I was like, holy shit, that's like, which, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, now that the business makes more money, just seeing it like sitting there was just like so crazy to me. I was like, there's fucking like $10,000 just like there that I've earned completely 100% by myself, other than you being involved.
Yeah.
But you don't really count because I did most of the hard work with it. You just told me what to do.
Well, that's nice.
But like to see it like sitting there and it wasn't like an already established business, anything like that. The very first time seeing that, like achieving that, actually seeing like a monetary value to it was insane. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I reckon that was probably one of the biggest moments for me to start off with.
Yeah, it is like that, and I think anyone that goes out on their own they'll have that click moment where they'll just be like, oh my god, like this money didn't exist before I made it exist.
Yeah, I think it was really weird because I wasn't like checking the bank every single day, and then one time I was like, oh, I think I was talking to you, and I was like, oh, like I think we've made like a decent amount of money. And I was like, there's like fucking 12 grand sitting there. This is insane.
Yeah. So no, it is a really cool thing, like creating your own money. Yeah, no. Coby, don't listen to any advice Coby gives you about where to spend your money at the moment. He's obsessed with gambling for some reason.
It's an issue.
But no, it does feel like that. It's like, it's very different, and it's a very different feeling. Not that one's better than the other, but like, you go and you earn a salary and you're like, yep, cool, on Friday I should get this much in my account. And it's very normal. But when you go, oh fuck, like I did that. Like I made the thing and brought it to the world, and then they paid me for the thing. It is a very fulfilling feeling. Yeah, I've had the same thing.
I think like I mentioned in the last, sorry, I'm going to cut you off, but I think I mentioned in like the last episode where it was like the adrenaline of constantly having to like search for that paycheck was like such a different feeling. So when you actually see the money there and it like actually paying off, it's so cool.
Yeah, for sure. I would say for anyone that hasn't listened to this podcast before, and I'll just keep it short because I've told this story on the podcast before, like even just getting the first customer was the same feeling for me.
Oh, like, absolutely.
Just having like the first person, like complete stranger, I'd just be like, yeah, I'll buy something from you. That was like, oh my god, like this is crazy. Someone wants to buy a thing from me. Yeah, that was a really cool feeling, and I don't think that feeling went away for some time. Like there was probably a good 6 months where I was just like, this all started because one person was like, yeah, I'll give you a crack. Like, so that was a really big like click moment for me, especially after putting out like flyers and talking to a bunch of businesses and business
100%.
cards and all the stuff.
All
for
of the
people on
foundation
YouTube.
work. Oh.
Yeah. And then you just go, oh, like, yeah, it's not 1,000 customers, but it's one.
Yeah.
To get 100, I'll need one. So yeah, that was a really cool moment for me. Big click moment where I was just like, there you go.
Yeah, no, that's so fair. Is that counting as your click, or you got more there?
I'm going to go straight off the back of that for another quick moment, which was like getting your first customer was a struggle. And then you got your first customer, and then looking at what made that experience for that customer really good. And then doing that like 20 or 30 times.
Yeah.
And on constantly being like, yeah, how can I make it better? How can I do it better? How can I make it faster? And then seeing the reward for that. There was a click moment probably around the 30th job that I did where I was just like, oh fuck, I know how to make customers really happy now. And then I was like, great, like that, I can do that every time. And that was huge to me because I was like, even if I had 200 of them, I would just do the same thing every time and it would always be good. So that was a big click moment for me as well. And like hard work to service those 30 customers, basically having no experience, but realizing that experience had afforded me a lesson, which was, I know how to create a fantastic service. That was a huge click moment for me.
I actually had one literally yesterday at the wedding expo. So this was the second wedding expo I've ever done. Most of our clients, well, actually all of our clients other than that, came from like all of our hard work and everything. But we did one wedding expo, and it was kind of like trying to know what it was like and what we'd have to do better for the next one. We got like one client from it. It was an insane client. Like, don't get me wrong. That was the one that was like the photo, video, like wanted books printed, like all that sort of stuff. Phenomenal client. Right. So it made the whole learning experience worth it. But bringing everything into like this one, and then I was talking to like a couple. They already had someone booked, and then they spoke to me, and they're like, "Oh, okay, we'll like pay you $1,000 here on the spot." I was like, "Oh, like shit, that's you like my stuff and the energy and everything that much that you're willing to stand here, pay $1,000 straight to me on the spot." And go through like cancel someone else and everything just to have me in the service. Like that was such a weird experience.
In 5 minutes of meeting someone. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's a really cool thing.
Yeah, having no knowledge of who I was beforehand, how I'd act, any of my photos, anything like that. And I think the most crazy part is the only thing that was there was probably 5 of my photos. Two were on like a banner, and then like 3 were sitting there on the like on the laptop screen. And yeah, from there, they're like, yeah, your whole energy, like as long as you know how to use a camera, fucking, like we just want 1 or 2 nice photos of ourselves on the wedding day. Everything you do seems amazing. So that was, it was weird.
That's huge. Yeah. And like, I mean, you've also had other stuff similar to that where people have looked at other photographers and then come across you and been like, oh, no. Like I was going to buy this from this person, but now I'm buying it through you. And like, again, that's the hard work of like what we talk about.
Oh, like,
doing that, like the customer service, talking to customers, find out what matters to them, putting your own personality on it, not feeling the need to act like you're a different person.
Yeah.
And then just having that conversation.
Which I think is just so weird because like when it first started, like I mentioned so many times, like I thought I had to be this certain way to be in business, especially working in like weddings and everything. There's such like high ticket offers and you're like with someone for their wedding day. So I thought you had to be like so professional and whatnot. But now to the point where I can like literally wear hoodies to their wedding day and everyone's like, yeah, like your personality and everything is what we're hiring you for. Like your photos are great, but we want you there for the day, stay and party afterwards, everything. It's just, it's so weird. It's not what I expected. It's so weird like a million times, but it's not what I expected from the start of business.
Catchphrase.
Yeah, right? It's just today, I'm running out of words.
But it is a completely different experience. And to have someone cancel, like, geez, that's pretty unheard of. Like someone go, oh, I just met you. I'm going to cancel my photographer.
Yeah, right.
Deposit to, and give you another deposit. That's pretty wild. Yeah.
Yeah. I think I made a joke to them. I was like, well, clearly you don't read your contract if you don't know like what your cancellation policy is there. And I haven't even sent you a contract yet. So I could just like take your money and leave. Yeah. She's like, oh, yeah, like laughed about it. I'm like, no, I'm serious. You don't know what's in my contract. You're not going to read it anyway. Technically, I might not have to show up.
Yeah, 100%. You could be in your contract that if they deposit with anyone else, you keep their deposit.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we would never do that. But it's fun to dream. It's fun to imagine being an asshole for a minute. But I there's so many different like click points. And when I thought of the topic for today, I was kind of like, I had like 2 or 3 off my head, and now like we're having this conversation. I was like, there's been so many. Like,
oh yeah, 100%.
The first time that we expanded into another type of business, and I was like, oh, I can just do exactly the same thing, but with just a different service. Like it's the same business, but we just do one more part of the service that we weren't doing before. That like to me, that was a huge click moment. We did that 5 times.
Yeah.
Like it started off with one business that ended up being 6, and like that was the same recipe for every single
yeah.
one. And I was like, oh shit. I was like, I know how to build a business. I know how to build a brand now. And I was like, I can just do that as many times as I want. That was a huge click moment for me because I was like, and I think I said to you, man, when we like in the early days, I was like, making money by luck is more scary than not making money at all
Yeah.
because you'll build something once and you'll have no idea how you built it.
Yeah.
And then you'll forever be like, oh my God, what if I lose it? Whereas for me, that click moment was, oh, I can lose it all tomorrow. Oh, yeah, fuck. Like,
You'll
I'll
know
just do it
exactly
again.
what to do again.
Yeah, just do it again. So that was a massive click moment.
It's like business is such one of those things that's like everything's kind of going to be the same no matter what industry you're in. You still have to do the exact same groundwork to make a business. You still need to find the problems. You still need to do all that sort of stuff around it. And like which I've probably now got a similar mindset with you, that someone's like spoken to me. They're like, oh, this is my end goal. I'm like, oh, like that's so easy. Then you need to start here. You need to do these things. And you can do all that sort of stuff. Like when I think I had a conversation with you about like wanting to go like start a gym or something, and someone talked to me about it. They're like, oh yeah, like my end goal is to start a gym. I was like, go do PT then. Like, but I don't want to be a PT. And I was like, yeah, but they're like your first clients. They're going to sign up to the gym anyway. Yeah. If you don't want to do PT, do it all online. Get people under you that can run that sort of stuff. And then there's still people that trust you enough to do that. And that eventually you can get your gym where you want it to be because you have the income that you didn't have before. You have people that know you. You have everything there. Like, it's all the exact same no matter what you do. Like, everyone has to start by doing something a little bit that they don't fully want to do first.
Oh, 100%. I don't think anyone that starts a business hasn't had to do something like, if you talk to anyone, even kids that start their business like straight out of high school, like they would have been sitting in high school being like, I don't want to be here. I wanted to be doing my own thing. And so they had to do this thing, but they still had to learn how to read and write and do all this because they still had a need to be at school. They didn't want to be there. And they were always, inclined to start their own business. That's where they would naturally end up. But without doing the thing that you hated or the thing that you didn't want to do, you'd never have the skills to do the thing you do want to do.
Yeah.
And that's where we start. And I think I might have told this story on the podcast. I was definitely told it to you about the guy who wanted to start a car wash. He's like, I'm putting $1 million down on a car wash.
I told someone that story the other day.
Yeah. And I was just like, do you have any customers? He's like, no. I was like, how many car washes do you drive past on your way to work every day? So and he was like, oh, probably like 4. And I was like, do you stop at any of them? He's like, no. And I was like, that's the question you need to solve before you build a car wash. And he's like, that's a good point. So go and do that before you even think about spending $1 million on a car wash.
That was so insane. Like, I had a conversation literally the other day that we're going through a car wash. And then my friend was like, oh, imagine how much money you'd make from a car wash. Like, if it was the only one in a small town. I was like, yeah, but like, here's all the things you should do to build up that car wash to make sure you're going to have, like, I was like, Dale told me this story. And I like ran through the whole story and everything. And I was like, yeah, I can't believe I remember that. But someone just like said, imagine how much money a car wash makes. I'm like, well, actually, there's a lot more that goes into it. But
yeah, 100%. But yeah, those click moments of just like, oh, any business, someone, I could get it. Like, the only thing I won't say is, if you're watching this, I apologize, is hospitality, like, food and beverage services. That's the only one that I'm like, I've had people come to me and be like, hey, got a restaurant, got a bar, got this and that. And I'm just like, look, man, I'm not like, I'll give you my thoughts. Like, tell me your biggest problems. I'll give you my thoughts. I'm not going to charge you. And like, no disrespect, but I don't think you're the right customer for me because I just don't fucking get that industry like at all. Like, that's the only one. Every other business that anyone's ever said, I'm just like, yep, for sure. I can tell you exactly what I think and what you need to do. But food and beverage and I'm just like, bro, the margins are like thin and the fucking, like, unless it's alcohol, like you make shit ton of money on alcohol. Yeah. But other than that, like, fuck, if you're just selling crepes and fucking baguettes, mate, like, I don't know how you're doing it.
See, I think it'd be so nice that once you've like achieved everything you have, just to like retire with like a little cafe by the beach. Like, your goal isn't to make a shit ton of money from it. You've already got it.
I could say like this. So there is a customer that came. I didn't sign him up, but he was a bloke that sold he had part equity. Him and 4 of his friends made a business. He sold his part back to the guys for $250,000. He was like, I just want to gap year it and do whatever. And I was like, cool. And he started a cafe in the back of his van.
Yeah.
And drove around to the beaches and just went surfing and sold coffees every morning. I was like, that business I can absolutely help you with.
100%.
Because the overheads are low and people are getting served barista coffee out the back of a van, so they're stoked. But like, when you've got to spend $300,000 on a fit out, and you got to pay lease on and then you're selling coffee for $6, I'm just like, bro, Nah. And then, someone can move in down the street or a better location or,
Yeah.
whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, that's just my
I've
take is.
so considered just getting like a van and just going to live somewhere else, like just travel around, because I don't need anything but a camera and a laptop. So like I can just go wherever the fuck I want.
That's what I did, bro. Like before I started, I did my van thing before I started the business. But when I traveled, that's exactly. I was looking at my gear on my desk, and I was like, this can fit in a fucking backpack. Like, what am I doing here? Yeah, you absolutely could do that. And then as you traveled, you just book the next place ahead.
Yeah,
for weddings, and then go and shoot it, and then back in the van. Just do a trip.
Yeah, I mean, I charge like outside of Victoria anyway. There's like travel costs anyway. So if I had a van, it's just travel costs.
You would be actually. That would be such a good advertising scheme because you'd be like, hey guys, I'm a photographer. Here's all the work I've done. I'm traveling around Australia. So I'm going to do South Australia in 6 months. If you want the traveling photographer to come and shoot your wedding, like I'll book it now. I'll be there in 6 months. I'll shoot all the weddings that are, a month apart or like within a month of whatever, shoot all the weddings and then post in the WA groups a year from now. Hey, I'll be coming to WA.
Yeah.
I'll book your weddings in. And then it's like, oh, I've got the guy who does the thing. He travels the country and shoots weddings. That's pretty cool.
You heard it here first. We've changed the entire business of CE Media on the podcast.
And now he's a traveling gypsy photographer.
Yeah. If you see next episode, I'm just doing it from the back of a van. Like, don't stress. It's all good.
Yeah, 100%. I tell you what, though, the purple on the van would be sick. The purple and black would look great.
It would. Big ass frog on that bitch.
One of the cool things, and I because I'm a big dirt bike guy, I used to ride motocross and stuff like that. But CE Media actually sponsored a dirt bike rider. Yeah. And they did all purple plastics with purple livery with CE Media on it. And it looked so fucking good.
Loved
it was awesome.
I was actually offered to buy the bike.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, I would have put it in my garage just as like here's my CE Media bike.
So tempted. It's like, look, but with everything that's like fit out, like it's an insane bike. Only been ridden like for a couple of things. And it was like 10 grand with all of the stuff that was done to it. I was like, I just can't justify dropping 10 grand on the bike.
And you don't even ride motocross, bro.
No, I can. I know how to like I grew up riding dirt bikes and that, so I know how. But I'm like, is it worth it?
You'd have to get a fucking trailer. It's a nightmare.
I would like hang that bitch up there.
100%. Yeah, I would do the same thing. We when I used to ride dirt bikes, I used to sponsor them. I used to put all my own stickers on there, so FYS group and fucking shit on it. So every logo on it was one of my logos, and I used to just sit in the shed sometimes and just be like, "Wow, look at me."
That's so cool. I'm gonna start sponsoring bikes now again.
Yeah, it's so cool. I don't know. I love that shit. But
anyway,
we got way off track.
Another moment we clicked. I got asked to sponsor a netball team. And a football team and that. I'm like,
that's cool.
That'd be cool. Could you imagine just having your logo on the back?
Well, I got as I said to you before we started this podcast, I've been helping out this local footy team, and there's red and white, and I was like, Sequoia Project would look better.
It'd look pretty good
on a different color, but I was like, it would look pretty badass. All the boys running around with Sequoia Project on them. So yeah, who knows. Anyway,
I think it's
what else has clicked?
Well,
what else has clicked?
That's we clicked. We can sponsor stuff. That's so cool. That's so weird.
It is really cool to see your logo on something. I sponsored a boxing like a fight night one night that my friend was doing, and it was actually fun. It was funny as fuck. I can't believe I forgot about this. But my friend was doing like a boxing camp, and at the end of it, they had this big fight night. It was all like dinner and drinks and all this kind of stuff. And they came to me and said, I asked if I wanted to. Oh no! What happened? Oh no! They said that there was part of the night that wasn't going to happen because they didn't have the funds. The boxing camp didn't have the funds to support it or whatever. And my mate was doing the thing, and I was just like, "Oh fuck it, I'll do it." Or something like that. There was something that was missing, and I was like, "Yeah, cool, I'll just do it, whatever." And then I went there, and there was like FYS shit all over the tables, and like all the marketing was on the tables, and we had like the good table and shit because I had sponsored it, and like everyone like FYS was on the banner around the ring and shit, and I was just like, huh. And I didn't even know what I was getting, but I was just like, yeah, if it makes it, if he can do his night, then that's all good. But yeah, it had like promotional shit and everything, and I was like, huh, that's quite fun.
I totally forgot about the bike.
Yeah, the bike was sick. When you sent me that photo, I was just like, that's really
definitely
cool.
Has to be one of the moments that like, holy shit, like
there's a racing team.
Yeah.
There's a racing team out there. There's a racing this weekend. CU Media sponsored.
Yeah, I remember Will coming up and they were like, look, we want to, like, because of all the work you've done for us, like, we want a bike for you and for CU Media. So, like, and he's like going to take it at fucking, I can't remember where he raced it. It was like the other side of Australia. And yeah, when I got sent photos of it too, of him on the bike, I was like, that's my business.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool.
That's a big click moment. Once you've realized that you can just spend money and have your name everywhere, dude, I need more money. I'm going to put it on so much random shit.
Yeah, for sure. I actually have a dream one day. I don't know why I have this. I like F1, but I would love to see
I remember
cars
you saying
going
this
around
to
the
me.
track and just seeing my logos on there. That would be fucking cool.
I'll do that on the motorsports with the bikes.
Fuck
it, I'll just buy one of the tracks.
Well, what I was thinking is actually starting like a Formula 4 race team, like it's my team, and then just being like, yeah, cool, get 2 drivers, put them in there.
I'll learn to race.
Mate. We were just talking about football. I spent most of my youth playing football. If I could do it again, I'd do kart racing or something and be a race car driver.
Well, I'm still in my youth, unlike you, so
yeah,
I got time.
Good for you.
I can switch it up.
Yeah, give it all away, bro. Sponsor your own kart, and that's it. And we're in the motorsport business now.
Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna start a band.
Anyway, let's do one more quick click moment each. What do you got?
Oh shit! Everything just left my mind once we were talking.
I'll go. You think?
Okay.
Stop thinking about cars and bands, and think about this. So one of my biggest click moments was when I had the ability to basically like just have choices, like way more choice in my life. So it was like I was still busy. I've never not been busy. Oh, well, there was a period of time, like 6 months, where I was like, I'm going to retire, and then I was like, oh, retirement sucks, and I want to do more. And outside of that, like there's never been a time where I haven't been busy, but being able to be busy on my own terms was a huge click moment for me, where I was just like, all right, cool. I've got 12 meetings. I want to sleep in until 9:30 in the morning. I don't book anything until 10:30. I finish at 4. Like I choose all of that, and then the next day I just go no meetings, and there was no repercussions. Like the repercussions didn't matter. I could just choose whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And being able to travel and do all that, and like I've had months where I haven't done any work, and I've been in Greece, and it's just been like the coolest thing ever. And then I've been busy in Romania, and like it's that was the big click moment for me, where I was just like, I can just do it whatever I want, whenever I want. Yeah, that was cool.
I think definitely maybe when I went full time, which I didn't have a say in because the gym shut down. But to be able to have that opportunity where I was like, all right, fuck it, like I'll just make it work. That's fine.
Yeah.
And
I'll
now,
just go full time in my own business now.
Yeah. And now here 2 years later, it's been like 2 years since I've been doing this full time pretty much.
Yeah.
That I can, on the same page. I remember talking to you and I was like, oh yeah, no, like I just woke up and it was like 11 o'clock in the afternoon. And you're like, fuck, Jai must hate you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, that poor bloke.
Yeah.
He's working so hard.
Yeah. Because I felt like anytime someone talks to me and it's like, do you like do anything? I'm like, well, I've kind of fucking earned the ability not to have to do everything all the time because of how much I was doing originally. The fact that like I can go out and do it all on weekends. And even having people that like are part of the team now, that's hectic. I haven't had that, even though I worked in management. Like it was so different to now having this be like, I got to go out and choose who my editors are. I got to look through their work. I got to get them, all that sort of stuff. I got to like call up and have conversations with different videographers to come help on that side of things. And it's weird. It's like everything, apparently. I just don't think I'm used to being a business owner. It's really strange to me.
It sounds like everything's just weird to you.
It is, because fucking I'm surrounded by so many people who just work full-time jobs and who just, which is fine. That's so chill for them. But I can't imagine doing it again. I hated it.
Yeah, no. I've had moments like that. I was in Melbourne not too long ago, and I was there with my sister. And we took the Spirit of Tasmania across, and we arrived in Geelong, and we drove the car off the boat, and there was like just fucking people everywhere, and I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is it like there's no parks?
Oh, Melbourne's.
And my sister was just like, yeah, people are going to work, and I was like, oh yeah, And it was like this weird thing for me. I was like, why is it's fucking 7 a.m? Like, why is everyone everywhere? And she's like, this is work time. And I was like, oh, yes, that's right. It is. I understand. And I was like, so grateful. I was like, fuck, I remember doing this, but it's been so long since I've done it that I was just like, there you go. That was fun.
I remember when I went
click moment
to Melbourne, and like actually splurge, which was one of the concerts when I went to the nice hotel and all that sort of stuff, and just like walking around Melbourne, I'm like, fuck, everyone's doing something, and I'm just some fucking random 23-year-old kid at the time. Walking around, 22-year-old kid at the time, just walking around, going to be like, yeah, I'm gonna go fucking spend $300 on like an anime shop and fucking drop money that I had just because I could, while everyone else is like out working full time. And I'm like, well, I don't actually have anything that I have to do until like 2 weeks time for another wedding.
Yeah.
Like,
it's cool like that. And
so
I think,
different.
It's very nice pivot from weird to different. Good job.
Yeah, I know. I nearly threw out weird. I'm like, nah, I'm gonna fit. It's strange. It's obscure.
I think. But there was a thing like a while back. I actually don't know how long ago now, but you were just like, oh, bro, like I'm working my ass off. Fucking, things haven't been clicking the way that I wanted to click and all that kind of shit. And I was like, I sent you back a message. It must have been a while ago, but I was just like, dude, I've ran the numbers. You were 22 years old at the time. And I was like, you work full time in your own business. You have no debts and you make money. I was like, you're in like the top 1% of 22-year-olds. I was like, calm the fuck down. And then again, that's another click moment. It's like when you're in it, you're like, no, this is fucked. This can't be happening. I'm only making fucking 10 grand a month. This is the worst thing ever, because you're used to making more than that. And then you go, you look at it from a zoomed out perspective and it's like, well, hold on. For most 22-year-olds, they can't just work 3 days a week and make money. Like that doesn't happen. Yeah. So
I remember even you saying, you're like, I didn't start my first business until what, 25?
24.
24. You're like, you're already
end of 23. Yeah.
You're like, you're already ahead of where I was at your age. And I was like, fuck, if you put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. And like, that's, at this, with the Sequoia Project, like my whole thing is for people who are starting younger than me, I can give you so much more information than I had. Yeah. And by the time you're 7 years in, you'll be way ahead of where I was, which is fantastic, because then you will, at some point, will be like, oh, cool, I can run my business from anywhere and my business is passive. I'll go back and help someone. But yeah, like that's the thing. People are just like, oh, well, look, Dale must have just been naturally disposed. No, I didn't start this bitch till like almost 24. So like that just gives you an idea. If you started at 18, you have 6 years of experience more than I had between when I started and when you started. So it's got to keep it in perspective. But I think that's a click moment too, is to just go, hold on a second. No one else is doing what I'm doing. And like, even though I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, it's hard work, there's very few other people doing what I'm doing. So that's a really cool click moment as well.
Yeah, exactly. And if you need help to build a business to moments that can click for you, then jump in the Sequoia Project group.
God, that's good, man. You're so good at this.
I know. I was thinking about it like all the way. I was like, fuck, I got this. I got, if you want to talk to the back tips of people at the moment that clicks.
Yeah. If you want everything to click, give us a call, message us, subscribe, do whatever you do. Go to the Facebook group. It's free now. It's on Facebook. Click on that. And then, basically, I think
you can talk to Dale himself. And you can realize that it's not as great as I make it out to be.
Yeah, Coby really lifts what this is. It's hard work talking to me. But we're going to be doing on the group probably at some point once we're up and running and moving in that. Be doing daily updates in there, video updates, things like that, answering questions, all that kind of stuff. So jump in there, get a bunch of info for free. And if you go, hey, this is really helpful, but I need more guidance, then you can reach out to us directly and we'll help you however we can.
Yeah. That's how business works.
Close. Great close.